Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrine's Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Lambert, and you have now entered into the Hangout. And I just wanted to make a quick little segment show. Seeing I woke up and my mind was on it. So I came up with this title, and the title is, what are the top 5 talking points in the conscious community? Right? Consciousness with a K, because it's killing the community, right? So let's look at this. We actually gonna look at it, right? The leading platform in the conscious community is quote unquote Sonetta TV or Sonetta's brand, right? So let's go there right quick. Get that out the way. We're gonna go to Sonetta TV. We're just gonna look at some titles, right? Brother Reggie and the Exodus hosts, right? So the conversation is about the Exodus, which is a conversation that's been dealt with a lot, right? This is just the Black News 102 channel. Revolutionary Poetry, Dr. James Small, them talking about what? The gathering of the Kemet Masters, not a great talking point. Queen of Fool and a sister. Child molestation, we know that's been going on for a minute. So can we put that in our top 5? We'll put that at number 5, child molestation, right? Though this is the largest brand, pretty much, and the one that pretty much coined the term conscious community, which that's what they feel or whatever. Like, you know, that didn't exist before them, but child molestation, this ties into homosexuality, the gay agenda, you know, the sodomite agenda, this and that. So we see that this brand, as well as my brand and other brands out there, is still talking about child molestation. I even take it to the point where they've been molesting this brother here, young Pharaoh and Marcus, right? Let's hit the young Pharaoh and young Marcus, right? The child abuse that's taking place with these brothers. So I would say most definitely that child molestation, physically and spiritually, is a great topic in the community right now, but we have to put it at top 5. We have to put it at top 5, but we have to put it at the 5th slot because no one really is thinking about the physical molestation that this is talking about and the spiritual molestation that these 2 videos basically, you know, book in. Here go Captain Tazariak, child molestation. People still talking about, once again, the Kemetic Reconstructionists, the Zulu Kemetic Moor incident with Africa Bambaataa. The Moors and the Kemetics and the Zulus they have to deal with that. They have to deal with that, and then the community has to deal with the fact that the same thing Bambaataa was doing, they're doing to these youngsters that probably have no parenting around to the point where they can influence these brothers to do the things that they've been trying to do lately, right? So, child molestation, number 5. We'll just go there, right? Now, the Exodus thing is trying to pick up because they're trying to sell that, and that's why you got this video coming, James Smalls and the other 2 brothers the gathering of them, they that ties into that, right? Remember, we just looking at this platform. Okay, this right here. This right here is a video that deals with in the black and another situation that's been going on in the community with different people beefing in the community, right? This video takes you back to the Exodus thing. This take you to the Exodus thing. You know what I'm saying? Just on this platform alone. So far, child molestation we put in the top, right? The fifth slot. Let's go Sonata 2. That's just this platform, people. Okay. I see Mbazu, or however you say his name, starting to get some love from Sonata. You know, a lot of these brothers is starting to pick up, and Sonata picking them up, right? Dawi over here talking about homosexuality and child molestation. You know, it's funny that he didn't go in on the Kemetic Zulu more. But there go the child molestation conversation again. Like I said, y'all know I've been dealing with it on this channel. How many more channels been dealing with it? I don't know. This right here, that's not a good talking point. It got some views though. A re-upload of Polite going after AOC, the brother Hashar, or the brother Reggie, is bringing up the old conversation again with the Egypt Exodus hoax thing, right? So they trying to make that pop again. Y'all know I pretty much helped kick that whole conversation off. But you won't see me on this channel. You will see other new faces, and they try to bring other people into play. But you know, it is what it is. I ain't hating, because I control that talking point. If you really want to deal with that talking point, you got to come to me. They know it. I might beat it up so bad before they do it that, you know. So let's see. This channel is pretty dead. It ain't really got a lot of, it's got a lot of old stuff. Nothing new. Right? Sonata Studios. Let's go there right quick. Let's check out the channels, right? Somewhat on the molestation conversation again. Muhammad Ali came up. So not much from the House of Conscience, but child molestation. We could take one of them topics and put it up there, right? So now let's go to In the Black. Another media outlet that's doing a little something. Let's see what they talking points is. Right? They talking points. And a great talking point in the community now is just Sonata TV, King Noble, who people is, you know, dealing with homosexuality, the rape of black women and stuff. I guess that's one of the, it's the only one we really got on the table right now. Outside of this, Sonata in the Black, you know, conversation, which I guess we could put at 4 right now. Huh? Would y'all agree? Child molestation number 5 and Sonetta and then the black number 1. Right? I mean, not number 1, but 4. I'm messing up my count out. Number 4. You know, this platform is pushing hard at Sonetta, and Sonetta been pushing back. We got Lex been making videos. Lex bounce. He's no longer in the black. A lot of people been watching and listening to this conversation, which takes us back to the King Noble, take us back to the Shaka Utmost being homosexual, pedophiles and stuff. They even got the brother Royale over. After he came over on my channel, he went over here. You know, he broke the conversation on my channel, but they got the views, they got the listenership in 2 weeks. They done got, you know, a lot of views over there with Royale talking. Umar's becoming a hot topic. A lot of people from offshoots from Black News 102, Sonetta brands, those that he's hyping up and giving airtime on his channel and stuff, is doing the dirty work for him, his mercenaries, right? So Umar heating up, but that ain't a big talking point right now. In a couple weeks, he might be the talking point. If he respond back, he might end up going into the top 5, right? So we got 5 and 4. This platform and Sonetta TV together produce talking point number 4. So we got 2 down and 3 to go. Now let's go to a platform that brings a lot of talking points to the table. Yes, people, a lot of talking points to the table. Right? Here I go. The effect of domestic violence in the conscious community and stuff, dealing with that topic number 4, which is a big topic right now. You see my number saying illustrious as the others, right? But they there, right? But to deal with that and to counterattack talking point number 4, me and D-Red and others, Brother Gadiah, Pit Boss, Hebrew Perry, the Chosen Few, and others, even the brother LA that came over, and others have been talking about how we need feet on the ground, how the South and others do not see the community benefiting off of talking point number 4, which make that a greater talking point than the one that has took slot number 4, right? Now, how many people echoing that talking point, even though it's not great numbers over here, right? But like I said, we deal with a lot of stuff. We dealt with great grandchildren of the Underground Railroad last night. The preaching of the coming of the kingdom, you know, been out of town, you know what I'm saying? The King Alpha plan, the child molestation or the child abuse that's been going on in the house of conscious, spiritual molestation, I should say. We talked to an elder from Demona, Israel. Talked about Tommy Sotomayor. Here we go here, Brother Reg in the Egypt chronology, dealing with the Exodus and everything, the last 3 battles. As you can see, it's a plethora of information and conversation over here. There go to Brother Matthew Daniels. He came over and talked. Plethora, knocking down doors is what sparked the whole thing with
Peace everyone, how you doing? Welcome to now with the Houston rappers beefing, T.I. beefing and stuff.
You know, addressing the conscious community current situation, right? That's us trying to outdo that talking point. And though you all may not be in tune with it, you know, I see a lot of people subscribing and coming over from different platforms and listening. That is talking point number 3 to me. That's talking point number 3 to me. You know what I'm saying? Here go Brother Royale, you know, firing back. Like I said, opening up that dialogue. Also about Sonetta and everything. We had a live broadcast with Pit Boss and Hassan Azinga. Stop the killing, stop the violence, stop the social media bullying and stuff, which take us back to 3 and 4. Brother Reggie, you know, talking about not attacking any holy books, you know, but it all take us back to the Exodus conversation. Like I said, that right there is a growing topic. A lot of people been trying to tune into it. So Royale again exposing Black News 102, Bambaataa. But here's another one, people that's about to take precedent over all of that. As I said, most of y'all don't know Africa Bambaataa, 72 hours, right? Most of y'all don't know the myth and reality of the Exodus with Brother Reggie. He was actually on that show. A lot of y'all don't know that it's coming down the pipe. And I guess it has a lot to do with the Exodus, right? Even the second Exodus that the biblical text speak on, or the Israelite text speak on, right? And it goes to, let me see, what a video is. It goes to this video. Divine Geographics. You know what I'm saying? Location Northeast Africa, Israel. This is going to be the next talking point in the community. It has a lot to do with that Exodus. The Exodus from Egypt, one part of Africa, into the other part of Africa, Northeast Africa, right? And how the tectonic plate and all that stuff, you know, in which is being talked about on that show over here. It's being talked about on this show over here. We're going to talk about it Friday night on this show. I'm going to talk about it probably today on this show. That's talking point number 3. I guess we'll move it up there with the Exodus and stuff. So now we got 3 on the board, right? And we got to have 2 more. So what do we have so far? Child molestation, homosexuality, child molestation, Kemetic, you know what I'm saying, Moors, Kemetic Moors, known as Zulus, you know, child abuse in the House of Consciousness for young Marcus and young Pharaoh, and the mistreatment of the youth, the misguidance of the youth and stuff. That's a great talking point. People not really bouncing off of that. That should be number 1. But anyway, number 4 is the beef between Sonetta and then the Black, right? And the talking points that's bouncing off of that, from this channel to Royale to, you know what I'm saying, all the other people taking pop shots and other people chiming in. Number 3 is the Exodus, or Northeast Africa, the Israelites, the existence of them and things of that nature. I get at number 3. Hold up. I gave the conversation of trying to defeat the whole Sadnetta and in the black thing, number 3 dinner. So number 2 is the Exodus. My count bad, people. It's nighttime, and I won't get a pencil and piece of paper and write this stuff down. So what I do is I take my little time and write it at the bottom of this, right? Or I do it in my chat. Or maybe y'all could help and do it. So I'll D-Red up. There's a couple people up. All right, I got you. Let me stop sharing this. There's a couple people up. Some late night owls like me. Still got that little sniffle in the nose. Might have to give me a Theraflu on that. Summer colds is not good. All right. He should be coming in soon. Good morning. Peace, everyone. So, as you can see, we have child molestation, Sadnetta in the black beefing, us over here trying to combat that beefing due to the fact if you ain't got feet on the ground and stuff, that you shouldn't even be trying to beef or tear down nobody organizations or whatever. Then we have the Exodus, right? And then number 1 and always should be black liberation. Number 1 and always it should be black liberation. What's the problem? Why that conversation is not being dealt with, which it is the number 1 talking point. A lot of people think that their talking points ties into black liberation, but you know, no one is really fighting for the children like they should, right? No one is really doing that. So how do that lead to the big conversation, black liberation? It doesn't. Sadnetta and in the black going at it and everybody focusing in on that doesn't really tie into black liberation, which is supposed to be the number 1 talking point. Now the conversation that me and D-Red and others over here have been having is it leads to black liberation. You know what I'm saying? The Exodus conversation should lead to black liberation. You know, blacks that's, you know, enslaved, known as Israelites, or those that was sojourning with the Israelites out of this slavery, other black nations, African nations, quote unquote. That's liberation, black liberation, coming out of the diasporas of, you know, the diaspora, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That's black liberation, which should be the number 1 topic of black people, liberating ourselves from these oppressive tentacles of white supremacy. So, top 5 conversation, and really you can tell that tell the truth, this platform is the only one really dealing with those topics that's really should be prevalent in the community, from the child molestation, the homosexuality, the comedic reconstruction, this system of homosexuality and stuff, which people then took that talking point and now asking this to the gay agenda and stuff in the conscious community and stuff. People, once Bambaataa did what he did in his ties to the conscious community and the Zulu nation being comedic and more being more MUURS, then that was a wrap right there. You know what I'm saying? Me bringing out the Gabar Shaka Upmost conversation irritated Genie, Tazariak, when they was doing their thing right before the polite on took Harry Rosenberg to bat and did that. I've been on that. You know what I'm saying? RBG stuff, I've been on that. This platform has been dealing with the talking points that need to be dealt with. All of them. That's just the top 5. We could do more, and I could sit down and did a better breakdown. But I just woke up and I was like, man, let's talk about these talking points, because these are the things that people are chasing and they want to be a part of it and talk about it. You know, that water cooler moment when you wake up and be like, hey, you know, going to work. Hey, did you watch Shanetta today? Did you watch In the Black? They going at it, this, that, and the other. Lex made a video. Shanetta doing this and doing that. You know, then that Marcus and Pharaoh moment where everybody like, man, did you see them brothers going at it? And, you know, SETI and all of that. So the lesser column, the 4th and the 5th column, is detrimental to the community. And we see what brands or what, you know, media outlets been bringing that folly to the table, right? So, D, you here? What up?
What's up, man? It's your boy D Red, aka Blue Collar Scholar. Man, I'm the only reason why I'm up, man. My damn neck hurt. But shoot, nah, man. You're on point, man. Once again, with your talking points, you know what I mean, and every talking point, if it ain't leading to Black liberation, then we shouldn't even be talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tagged me in a video, and it was about Cesariak calling Shaka homo or something like that, something to that effect. And so I'm listening to the video. You know what I'm saying? Cesariak called him a homo and all of those stuff. But that's not, that's neither here nor there. Whether he, So, but he said something that was deep. You know what I'm saying? He was like, basically, where were these people at? You know what I'm saying? During the African Bambaataa stuff. And I was like, that's, you had brought up a few names about them not being there, but and he said that, the ISUPK spill, they about uplifting all Black Native Americans, Hispanics, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that was heavy because a lot of these cats, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna throw Shaka and the Garfields and all them other cats in the same boat. You see what I'm saying? Because none of them was there. Now what I'm saying? A brother like Garfield, he can go to Sarnetta's to the park and do him and Sarnetta can go for a walk in the park and have a picnic together and shit. You see what I'm saying? Freaking, he can go do a presentation at his house. Nigga, where was you at when the kids was getting arrested? You were still on Facebook talking about some information, but you wasn't there to support them kids. See, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about when I be saying informationary and revolutionary. Now, regardless of what people may say about, you have people that say that Sinetta did that for a photo op, and he did it because of this reason or that reason. I've learned over time. I don't spend my time trying to psychoanalyze and too much about what somebody do if it's something good. Now, I'll do it if it's something bad, but if it's good, I just want to get credit where credit is due because not enough people are doing anything. So I try to, if somebody do something good, I just try to be like, okay, well, he did something good and just rock with it. So regardless of what people might say his motivation was for doing it, he did it. You see what I'm saying? And with him doing that, you have people that are right down the damn street that ain't got no problem going to sit on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And chop it up with City. And Shock ain't had no problem doing that. He go to another house all the time. But when they was down there talking about child molestation and all that homosexual, all that old shit, they had Taylor Genie and they was talking about, them niggas was nowhere to be found. You see what I'm saying? Garfield and them was nowhere to be found. Uncle Kid and them was nowhere to be found. Now you gotta think. Again, if you're talking black liberation theology, or in us case, black liberation atheistology, you know what I'm saying? If everything you talking about don't lead to black liberation, it ain't even worth discussing. So the Exodus, you know what I'm saying? I believe in the Exodus. I'm an Israelite. I believe in the Exodus. However, guess what? I don't want to discuss that unless I'm dealing with a brother that believe in the scriptures. That's a discussion that we should have amongst ourselves. Because guess what? Me debating the Kemetic brother on whether the Exodus happened or not is not going to lead to no liberation. It's not liberate. It's not going to liberate nobody. That's another doctrine-based discussion that is always going to be one-sided because it's just like y'all had said before. It's always about us defending our position.
I tend to disagree with that. It's about us explaining our position. Just like it was stated to me that the brother Shaw was stating that he's basically like a Christian Zionist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so people take the word Zionism and give it to the white Jews and Theodore Herzl and all of that, when Zionism is based up on the biblical principle that the promised land was promised to Abraham, which went to Isaac in the covenant, went to Jacob in the covenant, and then the 12 patriarchs. So no matter what, that promise that God made to Abraham, he's going to fulfill. And in understanding that, then that, as I said, that takes us back to Northeast Africa and us so-called African Hebrew Israelites, as the brother called himself over there in Demona and stuff, are going back to the African spot known as Northeast Africa, and we're going to dwell in that land because it's promised for us to do that, as well as it's promised for everyone else that's a part of Zionism that people don't talk about. But the scripture said everyone else is going to go to the plot of land that their forefathers was promised, and no one is going to be crossing any more borders or moving people boundary markers. You know what I'm saying? As the law say, don't tamper with another man's boundary marker. So that's a deep discussion, like you said, that we should be having and explaining our position and allowing them to kind of chime in with their questions as they hear us explain our position on how we gonna Exodus, why we gonna Exodus from all these different places that we've been scattered. So,
but see, it always turns into us. See, that's why I said it should be a discussion we have amongst ourselves. Like you said, if they want to chime in with questions here and there, that's fine. And we should all, the different people with their different theories or aspects on how the Exodus taking place. You get some people that believe that the traditional Mount Sinai is the Mount Sinai, and it's in Africa and blah blah blah. Then of course you got the juvenile laws. that I tend to lean more to, based upon the bitter springs and the other circumstantial evidence that leads up to that premise. But that should be something we should be discussing amongst ourselves, because within our circle it would be an edifying discussion. But when it comes to dealing with them, it's going to be a condescending discussion. So it's not going to be edifying. There's nothing positive going to come out of it, because all these debates, nobody's changed nobody's mind. Example, Reggie, Reggie, cool dude, but he got his ass whooped. But did that change his position? Nope. No matter how bad his ass got whooped, it still didn't change his position.
Well, I understand the debate.
So
the talking point. The talking point. And that's the thing, as we all know, Hebrew Israelites is scared to talk to their own brothers about these things, because they don't want to be seen as one that's not dominating the talking point or able to hold a conversation on a certain level. So therefore, yes, the Comedics they gonna advance their pawns. They gonna take the gamble, and they gonna get out there and try to do what they can to win a chess match. But
again, it's not even about winning the chess match, because again, go back. What I'm saying is, though, no matter what evidence they present, no matter if they come up with some miraculous whatever, it still ain't gonna stop people from being Israelites. So
that's what I'm saying. No, that's understood. But for Israelites not to deal with their own shit and explain their position is pussy and fucked up.
Now I agree with you on that. But we already know most of them dudes don't want to deal with nobody. They don't want to deal with no scripture, man. They don't want to have them discussions. You see what I'm saying? Them cats will run like the goddamn like roaches when you cut the light off, when you get to talking about having an actual discussion about doctrine. The only people that I halfway respect, you know what I'm saying, is the IUIC, in the simple fact that they stood in there, went to the Christians thing, and actually had a debate with them and washed their ass up. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying, and I respect them on that, and I even respect the Christian pastor for having the balls to do it.
Yeah, the Israel of God and ITR up there in Chicago, they did it. Those that do it, that's what I'm saying. And that's the problem. Now we putting this strictly on Hebrew Israelites or people that claim to be descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 patriarchs. When we dominate our talking points and deal with our scriptures and texts, then we will be triumphant. But until then, we let people trample over us and trample over our text, because we act like they have a right to talk about it, because we afraid to talk about it. That's my only point right here, right now. So I need to talk to them about it, because it's some of them going to end up in that, debate or conference or whatever the hell. And it's due to the fact that they're afraid to talk to regular Israelites themselves about it, and we vet it out amongst ourselves. That's the problem. We could have this whole thing, as we've been talking, sold up, and people just listening to Israel doctrine or Israelites teaching, if people would stop just being pussy and sit down and talk about the shit that's ours, the word of God. How the fuck you afraid of that? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I can't dispute. You can't dispute that, but I'm just saying that. You know what I mean? This is we know where it's gonna go. We know what it's gonna lead to. So, and we know these dudes don't want to have that discussion. You know what I mean? Let me correct that. About that, something like the Exodus, they might want to discuss that, because that's not going to be necessarily a doctrine issue. That's going to be more of can you prove it historically and what evidence? So they might be willing to, most of the camps might be willing to actually have that type of discussion, because it's more of going to be historically based. But when it comes to doctrine, they're not going to have a discussion. You see what I'm saying? Especially a lot of them camp Israelites. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna want to have a discussion, because they're scared they're gonna get washed up. You see what I'm saying? Now, With that being said, if they come with the same approach that the IUIC came with in that debate, it's going to be hard for somebody to beat them because the IUIC, they did their thing. I'm not even a fan of that particular camp, but they did their thing. You see what I'm saying? I actually thought the Christian pastor was gonna watch that dude up because I heard that pastor debate before. So I thought he's gonna watch them dudes up. And they got the flow mop with their ass. It was like it wasn't even close. So I think that a lot of these camps are nervous though. You see what I'm saying? See, they nervous to go up against somebody else that they think that just might know the scripture just as well as them. And but it is what it is. You know what I mean? A lot of them dudes are scared. They're not gonna want to have them debate because again, it comes, and I ain't trying to be funny, but it's gonna ultimately come down to money. That's just fact because they're gonna be afraid that if just an example, say you go against Tazariak, you see what I'm saying? Well, shoot, you destroy him at the end of the debate about doctrine. What does that do to his organization? You know what I'm saying? You destroyed Guerrilla Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? What is it gonna do for his organization? GMS destroy. I'm just making up something. GMS destroys ISUBK, and what does that do to the organization? You kind of see what I'm saying? That's why nobody wants to have that doctrine. That had them debates about doctrine because you had those debates about doctrine. You are ultimately messing with somebody's money. So that's what it boiled down to.
Yeah, which is sad because it ain't supposed to be about money. The money's supposed to be the lowest anyway to take care of the kingdom business. So, that should be that shouldn't be no excuse, but yeah, it's an excuse that's being used. I guess I can give it to them. They can have it.
Yeah, it's not really it's just reality. And
Nah, because
the bigger the oil, you got to think. The bigger this again, just making up something. I asked UBK debate Israel doctrine about doctrine. Who got more to lose, them or you? Them. See, that's why a camp like that ain't gonna have that damn had the discussion about what they actually believe. You'll never hear them debating the 12 tribe actually sit down and have a debate discussion about that. You'll never hear that happen. That will never happen. Because a lot of them camps got too much riding on that chart. Some of that stuff is never gonna come. It's never gonna be sat down and discussed the way it should be sat down and discussed. It's never gonna happen. So I mean, again, that's my opinion.
like I said, boils down to though, see the whole if you can't beat them, join them thing, right? If you say your camp got the best doctrine, it's the same thing as politics and everything, right? If you say you got the best teaching, the best doctrine or whatever that'll last for the next 4 years or whatever, then you got to display that. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it on display. You got to put it out there. And then if your doctrine ain't what it is, then it ain't what it is. It's got to be given up. And whichever one is better or stronger, got to be taken up. That's just what we got to do. It's kind of like that Highlander, Highlander. It can only be one. So once we find each other out there, we have to fight, decapitate each other, and then we take all the power and everything of the other one, and we keep moving till you get the one. Till you get the one spirit, the one doctrine that we all can, amalgamate on them. And this just got to be done. You can't run from it. That's why at the same time, just like the Sonetta TV stuff and everything else, when somebody find out that you pussy on a subject or something, they're going to push the line. And they're going to keep pushing the line until you come up off of being afraid and attack them or go back on them. Once you address it and address it right, They're going to bag up and shut the hell up. But they're going to keep pushing the line as long as they see you afraid. Like, oh, yeah, they don't want to talk about the Exodus, or they don't want to talk about that. They know they ain't got no win over there, so we're going to keep pushing the line. We're going to keep pushing the line. And next thing you know, they done push your ass off the earth. They done push you out. You ain't know where to be found. Now, that's where it come to just being a man and standing on your ground, win or lose. At some point, you got to man up and say, well, nigga can't keep pushing this line like that. He keep pushing this line, it's going to be a problem. Same thing with just, you know, niggas attacking people platforms or whatever. Hold up, nigga, you keep pushing this line, you keep trying to push me in the corner, and we know anything that end up in the corner is supposed to come out scrapping. That's just animal nature. That's just shit, and we ain't, you know, we ain't beyond animals, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You push me in the corner, fuck it, it's do or die. It's ride or die. And I'm coming out. You know, and that's the problem with that's the problem with the community. That should be a talking point. You know, why niggas so pussy, you know.
I mean, again, bro, like I said, I mean, I get what you're saying, and what you're saying is good. Is what it should be. But again, man, these camps are not finna do that stuff. Not the big ones. Now you might get, you know what I mean. Again, I give IUIC credit because that takes some guts. You know what I'm saying? To go up there and you know, the debate what you believe, not what you can prove historically or archaeology. Debate what you believe. That takes heart. So, but most of them dudes, but I honestly believe they took it because, I mean, let's be honest, Israelites don't really, for the most part, that the Christian pastor, they don't, you know, most Israelites that I've ever talked to don't respect them as far as knowing the scriptures. So I think they took it feeling like it was going to be a wash. Me personally, huh? But me personally, you know what I mean? Me personally, I heard that the preacher debate before, you know, so I figured that he was going to give him a little better run for his money than he did. But I think they honestly only took that because they were like, man, this a Christian? We're going to mop the floor with this dude, which they did. But my point is, though, it still took heart for them to do that.
To a degree, I won't give them that credit, but I feel you. Because, you know, a lot of these people, as you say, it hinges on money, right? It hinges on, these are my supporters. So, I mean, think if Jesus thought that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to preach the gospel whether you got supporters or not. If you're the only one on earth that believe it, and then eventually somebody else will believe it through your actions and your deed. You know what I'm saying? So now if you're talking like the kingdom of God is big business and money and 501c3s and this, that, and everything else, and ain't nobody gonna get shine off of my name or this, that, and the other. The thing is, Leviticus 19 tell you shouldn't suffer sin upon your brother by allowing him to go around with falsehood, this, that, and the other. Your job is to warn him of his evil ways so he can turn, so iniquity would not be his demise. So at some point you have to tell your brother what it is. What if he hear it or forbid? What if he try to kill you for knocking him off his money trail or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the main thing. The main thing is supposed to be the salvation of the souls of the people. So now that's God's business. Getting that money and getting fine linen and, you know, broaden your phylactery and being able to sit in high places and politic with big people and all, that's not God business. That's man business. You know what I'm saying? So it's just another thing that has to be looked at, dealt with, you know, in fixing the plights that's in our community, the plagues that's plaguing us. because that's what's plaguing us. You know, oh, my viewership down, my followers down, my you know what I'm saying? It's like, huh? I truly believe if don't nobody listen to my stuff, because I done proved it. If you don't listen to my stuff, I'm still gonna do it. You know, and yes, that's a dangerous man. One that don't have nothing to lose. And that's what it is. Other people have what to lose. Following and viewership, money, tithes and offerings that really is the Lord's, that people may be you know, what it's called? Doing what? Misusing. Okay, we'll keep it very simple. Misusing.
Yeah.
So it's all good. It's all good. That's the honesty that the people need to hear, though. I mean, what you said was true, you know, due to the fact that people are afraid that they might lose their financial, you know, backing and stuff from the people, the same as, you know, the Sinettas and this and that, which make Israelites no different than Sinetta in that aspect to me, that, you know, you're trying to keep your viewership up, you're trying to get your money. That's why they go over there and even deal with them. So, you know, once again, this help us get to the problem that plagues us. But people, liberation, see, that in itself, that conversation was about liberating our people from shepherds shepherds or whatever you want to call them, that will fleece the flock and don't want to lose the flock. So therefore, they'll do whatever they can to keep a lie, to keep some falsehood on the table in play. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, you know, we gotta start, you know, policing ourselves and like you said, you know, getting our doctrine, what we believe in order, and then slowly but surely we can show people how it works and implement it. You know, true. We need to be trying to, in due time, get some land and show folks how letting the land rest on every 7 years, what they'll do for the crop. I mean, it's little stuff, you know, we just got to start doing it, man. That's it. That's it.
That's right. So people, liberation, that should be the key dialogue to take place. If we're going to talk about something, we got to talk about liberating. Even if you're going to have the in the black Sinetta thing, what the hell what part of the liberation is that? Well, just like I said, with the Hebrew Israelites or church people or whoever, if they are oppressing our people with bullshit, garbage that's not healthy for them, then call for the liberation of let my people go. Freedom from this garbage and bullshit that you pushing. That's liberation, people. Allow them to go free from your bondage. So everything should be framed in a liberating way. If not, that's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, that situation was sad, really. That was just a sad situation because, like, I talked to Perry today. I think I told you about it. And I talked to Pete, and you know, he was like, you know, Sarnetta was he thought he was gonna destroy in the black with that. He thought he was gonna, you know what I mean? And I was just like, Sarnetta wasn't trying to destroy them, dude. All Sarnetta tried to do was show, huh?
He stopped them from pushing the line on them. That's all.
Well, no, he didn't even do that. His whole motive was not what people thought his motive was. His motive wasn't of course he gonna, because he's an entertainer. So of course he gonna be like, this the knockout blow. This is the whatever. But never his end goal. You know what I'm saying? His end goal was just to show that these niggas ain't no better than me. That's it. You can't be the anti-me because you just like me.
That's what I said. Stop pushing the line on me. Stop pushing the line on me. I'm gonna dress you and stop you from pushing that line. You ain't gonna be able to go with me no more after this.
Because once it was like, well, we know Noble is questionable, but we're not gonna go at him. Well, you can't say nothing about Sarnetta not going at Polite, or now you can't say nothing about Sarnetta not going after Shaka for being supposedly a homosexual. Can't say nothing to him now. When you say that you ain't about money, it ain't about this, then all you had to do is say, hey, pay for my plane ticket there and back, we good. Or pay for my gas there and back, we good. Period. You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing about Sarnetta and Polite and robbing the people, because you sided with a motherfucker that robbed the people. You see what I'm saying? And Umar. You see what I'm saying? So it's like his whole thing was not really to destroy them and just, all of those shit people were saying.
It's to say back up.
If that was his premise, he failed. But if his premise was just to show these niggas ain't no better than me, these niggas don't have they don't have the moral high ground so much better than me. They side with shady motherfuckers too. They side with motherfuckers that's homosexuals too. They side with motherfuckers that's, you know what I mean, molesting kids too. Just like, you know what I mean, like, you can't, people talking like I spoke up when I first got on the thing about Shaka not showing up to the thing, and still carrying on business as usual as far as supposedly giving out some bullshit ass information. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit. Some of they motherfuckers, GMS didn't address that shit. Really? You see what I'm saying? How you want to address child molestation? You believe it's okay to rape 12-year-old kids? So again, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same. You know what I mean? It's like and that was Sarnetta's sole purpose. His sole goal was just to show that, man, these dudes ain't no better than me. If this gonna be your alternative, that's not it.
Stop pushing the line on me. Shit, how you gonna push on me and you doing the same thing?
Yeah. You
can't push on me. You can't go at me. You don't have the right to say I'm robbing the people. Look, you robbing the people. Yeah. That's just how it is. That's when you go to that Romans, you teach one not to, commit adultery. Are you adulterous? You say don't steal. Are you stealing? It's just putting the mirror up in the people's face and like, look, don't he resemble me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, once again, people keep pushing the line on you. At some point, you got to say, hold up, man, I got to address this, back these niggas up off me. I don't care what the situation is. If you see your name on YouTube 30, 40 times, the average person is going to address that. When I see a clown put my name up there like that, I said, man, I thought I was a nobody, but I got some clown out here with my name in their videos 30, 40 times. Damn, I must be affecting something or someone. It makes me smile. But most people, because once again, what I got to lose, I ain't got a big crowd of people that's sending me money and doing stuff like that. Now, if you hurt my viewership or hurt my money, then I will be upset too. But I'm glad I don't have those things that stop me from selling my soul, in the sense of not being able to talk about things that I know need to be talked about and dealt with. You know, I'm liberated. I can talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Never be afraid to talk about anything. Anything.
Yeah. I mean, nah, I mean, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But that's the you know, I just brought that up because I wanted the people to understand that's the fear that a lot of these cats are having. Because they can't justify nothing else. Because it tell you to contest earnestly for the faith once delivered to the saints. So you supposed to, you know what I'm saying, talk. Even in Acts, Peter and them was going at it about doctrine. So you supposed to hash that stuff out. But them dudes ain't gonna do it because they got too much stuff to lose.
I got nothing to lose. I got something to prove. I love my life.
So that's good. So, but yeah, that's why them dudes ain't finna do that, man. So, I mean, for the most part, that's wishful thinking.
Nah, I don't think about that stuff. I already know the trials and tribulations that come. Like you said, you spoke the honest to God truth. They afraid of losing financial support. Financial support. They need that back and they need them video views. They need all of that. Once again, don't want Sarnetta old and in the nursing home and no money, no pension because he never really worked and all that stuff, you know. So he gotta throw a little bit in a savings account somewhere, a stash somewhere. Well, he gonna keep it or need to keep it. You know what I'm saying? Everything in my mama's name. Or my girlfriend's name, or my children's name, or you know, la 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 la, cause I'm hood rich or whatever, however that old song go. So it is what it is, man. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, God bless the dead with a word of quickening. You know, and hopefully they allow themselves to be quickened. You know. But with that said, man, it take me a little time out before this sun pop up and this heat get to beating the brother down.
All right, man.
All right, thanks for coming through and chatting with me tonight. What else is to do when you're up and ain't nothing going on? Shout out to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they need them car notes, man. You know what I'm saying? How the hell you gonna buy a car parking on the city streets and walk down the street to the corner? Now you just paying parking. You fuck around, put too many tickets and stuff on it, then the city gonna own it. Boy, the pleasures of owning a car in a big city.
Yeah.
But anyway, people, we gonna say peace. I'm out. Hopefully, y'all understand talking points is very crucial to our development in the community. What we talk about and the agendas that we push and the politics that we address and cause others to address could either help us or hurt us. And the last two are really, well, the fifth one is something that we really need to talk about and deal with more because that deals with, sexual immorality in our community and spiritual immorality in our community. The fourth one, I mean, dead net shit. That's why we came up with three. Three needs to dead and four. You know what I'm saying? Two, the Exodus. Well, that goes back to having a mind state, not want to be like the Egyptians or be like the powers that be in that generation or at that time. The Egyptians was the main power and everything and government at that time, and all the world wanted to be like them because they had everything on and popping and Kemet. That's why people so in love with it. Same way they're in love with America, right? To the point where when it's time to exit and leave this place, they not gonna want to leave it. And if you don't leave America behind when the shit hits the fan, it's gonna be a problem. Because it's not designed to last forever. This system, this government, this Babylonian push that's on the world right now until the Lord come back. So the second Exodus is most definitely a talking point that need to be dealt with. The first Exodus, talking point that need to be dealt with, but only with Israelites. Only with Israelites. Others, once again, if you want to participate in our doctrinal conversations, you know what I'm saying, then you should only be allowed or permitted if we let you. You can't go out and have a conversation about our topics and our things and try to dominate the opinion of the people about how our forefathers and stuff. Even Dr. Ben tell you that. Only an Israelite should be dealing with an Israelite matter. If you're not a son or a daughter of Israel or Jacob, you need to sit down and shut the hell up. Thus says your master teacher, Dr. Ben, unless you Malachi Z. York son, or you John Henry Clark's son, or you somebody else fathered you. But I believe Dr. Ben is the father of Kemetic Egyptology in the so-called House of Conscious or Conscious community. So your father said you on some bullshit if you do that. So don't be bastards. Listen to your father, honor your fathers and mothers, even your spiritual fathers and mothers in y'all case. With that said, Black liberation should always be the #1 topic. Peace.